You were just hit by a truck. Your car's wrecked. You're hurting. And the trucking company's insurer is already gone. In Maryland, what you do next decides everything. Black box data and driver logs and cameras can disappear fast. And if they pin even 1% of the blame on you, your claim can be thrown out. Hi, I'm Bobby Zirkin, a Maryland personal injury attorney, and I help truck crash victims lock down evidence, avoid damaging statements, and keep fault where it belongs. This video shows exactly who to call, what to document, and how to get medical treatment without necessarily paying up front, so that your claim is built the correct way from the first second. So you don't watch critical proof vanish or lose your case to contributory negligence of Maryland law. You protect your health and recover your medical bills, your lost wages, anything you need in terms of vehicle repairs, pain and suffering, and the like. Make safety your first priority. After a truck accident, your job is simple. Protect yourself and others from any more harm. If you can move safely, get out of the roadway into a secure place. Big trucks often spill cargo or fluids, and there's a real risk of fire or even another crash. I've seen clients who stayed put and were hit again. Don't let that be you. Once you're safe, check yourself and others for injuries. If you can't move, do not try. Wait for first responders to arrive. If you're able, call 911 immediately. Maryland law expects you to report serious accidents, especially when someone is hurt or there's property damage. And let me say this, adrenaline can mask pain. Many people think they're fine at the scene and only feel pain hours later. That's totally normal. Even if you feel okay, always let the emergency crew check you out. It's better to be safe than sorry, and their records can become very, very important later for your case. Call the police and cooperate fully. Maryland law requires drivers to contact police after an accident that causes any injury. Even if the truck driver suggests that you could work it out privately, don't skip this step. Police create an official record of the crash, and that police report can be key evidence for your claim. When officers arrive, be honest and clear. Don't guess. If you don't know the answer to a question, just say you don't know. Don't admit fault, obviously, and don't apologize just to be polite. These words can be twisted later. Just stick to the facts. Where you were, what you were doing, what you saw, what you heard. Only things that you know. Before the police leave, get the accident report number and ask when and how you can get a copy. In Maryland, this official report is sometimes the first thing insurance companies or lawyers will ask for. Gather evidence before it disappears. The scene of a truck accident changes very fast. Skid marks get washed away, witnesses walk off, the truck and cars can get towed. That's why, if you're able, use your phone to collect as much information as possible right away. Take lots of photos and videos. Snap the damage to every vehicle, the position of the cars, license plates, surrounding roads, traffic signs, weather, even your injuries. Get the truck driver's name, trucking company, insurance information, and their commercial driver's license number. Ask for the name of the company that owns the truck and any logos on the trailer. In Maryland, many trucks are owned by one company, managed by a second, driven by maybe somebody who's a third. This can get complicated for a case, and so the details really matter. Get as much as you can. If there are witnesses, ask for their names and phone numbers. Don't assume the police will get all the info you need. Sometimes they don't. If you are too injured to do this, that's okay, obviously. When possible, ask a friend, a family member, or even a bystander for help. Some of my clients have done this, and it made all the difference later on. Get medical care right away. Even if you think your injuries are minor, go to the doctor as soon as possible. Don't wait for the pain to get really bad, and don't wait to see if it just goes away. In Maryland, insurance companies look for any reason to deny claims, and failing to get treatment right away or gaps in treatment is a big red flag for insurance companies. Tell your doctor you were in a truck accident and describe all of your symptoms, even if they seem small or unrelated at the time. Headaches, dizziness, trouble sleeping, neck pain, numbness. Mention anything and everything. Sometimes the most serious injuries like brain trauma or internal bleeding don't show symptoms right away. Follow your doctor's instructions, go to all follow-up appointments, and keep track of any time missed from work. I once represented a man in Prince George's County who put off seeing a doctor after a truck sideswiped him on I-495, which is the Washington Beltway. He thought his back pain was nothing serious, but 2 weeks later, he couldn't walk. The insurance company tried to say his injury must have happened after the accident. Don't put yourself in that position. Notify your insurance company, but be careful what you say. Most Maryland insurance policies require you to report accidents promptly to your own insurance company, even when you're not at fault. Call your own insurer, give them the basic facts, and let them know you were hit by a truck. Don't give recorded statements or sign anything just yet. Tell them you're getting medical care, and let them know you plan to talk to an attorney and that the attorney will be in contact with them. You'll likely get a call from the trucking company's insurance company right away. They may sound friendly, but remember, their job is to protect the trucking company, not you. Do not give a recorded statement. Do not sign any medical releases whatsoever. Even casual comments like, "I didn't see him coming," can be used against you later. My advice is do not talk to the trucking company's insurance company at all. Tell them you have a lawyer and that they will be in touch. Do not settle or sign anything quickly. After a truck accident, the trucking company's insurance adjusters may reach out with a settlement offer. It might sound like a lot of money at first, and they may pressure you to sign quickly, especially if you're missing work or facing big medical bills. Here's what most people don't realize. Once you accept their money and sign a release, your case is over, even if your injuries turn out to be much worse later on. In Maryland, truck accidents often involve serious injuries that take months or even years to fully understand. I've worked with people who accepted quick settlements and later needed expensive surgery or lifelong care. Don't make that mistake. Always talk to an attorney before signing anything or accepting any payment from a truck company or their insurer. Once you sign that release, your case is over. Document everything. You can't have too much information after a truck accident. Keep a folder or notebook with everything related to your accident and injuries. Save all of your medical records, doctor's notes, test results, physical therapy instructions, and receipts for out-of-pocket expenses like prescriptions, crutches, or even gas to and from appointments. Keep a daily journal of your pain and recovery. Write down what you can and cannot do each day, like missing work, trouble sleeping, pain doing chores, or missing family events. This kind of diary can be very powerful evidence if your case ever goes to court and helps show how the accident really changed your life. Also, track communication with your employer about missed work. Maryland allows for claims for lost wages, but only if you can show them. Understand Maryland's contributory negligence rule. Maryland is one of just a few states that still uses something called contributory negligence. What that means is if you were even just 1% at fault for the accident, you can be barred from getting any money at all. Harsh, but true. Insurance companies know this, and they will look for ways to argue that you were partly at fault, even if it seems minor. Maybe they'll claim you were speeding or distracted or you didn't signal. This is why it is critical to be careful what you say at the scene, to insurance adjusters, and definitely on social media. Don't post about your accident or injuries online at all. Anything you say can be twisted, and posting on social media will never help your case. If the truck driver or their insurer tries to blame you, it's even more important to have an experienced attorney to fight for you. We know the tricks they use and how to push back. Reach out to an experienced Maryland truck accident attorney. Truck accident cases aren't the same as regular car accidents typically. The injuries tend to be more serious and the laws are more complex. The trucking industry is highly regulated. There could be several insurance policies in play, multiple companies involved, and evidence like driver logs or truck maintenance records or camera views that need to be collected before they disappear. An attorney who understands Maryland's unique rules and has dealt with big trucking companies can gather evidence, speak to witnesses, hire the right experts, and negotiate with insurers. We take the pressure off of you so that you can just simply focus on your healing. And here's something else. In big truck accidents, the other side often gets their lawyers and investigators on the scene within hours. The sooner you get your own advocate, the sooner you get an attorney, the better your chances. Don't wait. There are deadlines. Maryland has strict time limits for filing a lawsuit after a truck accident. In most cases, you have 3 years from the date of the crash. But if a government truck was involved, like a county vehicle or a city sanitation truck, you have to give special notice, sometimes within 180 days. If you miss these deadlines, you could lose your right to any compensation, no matter how strong your case is. But time matters for another reason. Important evidence like traffic camera footage, truck black box data, driver logs, maintenance records, these things can be lost or destroyed. The sooner you act, the better your chances of recovering full and fair compensation. Here's what you need to remember. If you've been injured in a truck accident in Maryland, your next steps can make or break your case. Get to safety, call the police, gather evidence, get medical attention, and talk to your own insurer. But don't give statements or sign papers for the trucking company. Document everything, watch out for the contributory negligence rule, and most importantly, talk to an experienced attorney as soon as possible. Now, if you want to know how to actually claim compensation after these kinds of crashes, what your case could really be worth, and how the legal process works step by step, you have to see my next video, Claiming Compensation for a Motorcycle Accident. Even if you weren't on a motorcycle, the tips in that video will help you avoid critical mistakes and protect your rights after any traffic accident. You've come this far, don't stop now. Your financial future could be on the line. Click through and I'll walk you through everything you need to know. See you right there.